had up there, and still have. If you drive up there, you have a spot about this wide all the way up the street, out from the curb to solid ice. So, yeah, they did a good job removing it, but yes, it's still there.
You can't get rid of that, don't make it, then you get rid of that,
Can't
that's
get
the
rid of it,
problem.
but.
But Mr. Whipple, by
Basically
June,
have one
I'll
lane of
bet you by
passage.
June it won't be there.
Well, by June, hell no, you might not be here neither by June.
Just so everybody's aware,
Are you giving odds, Jim, or?
Terry and Trill took a beating down here in the office. Mike took care of the metered streets, Market Street always first. And we started on certain sections, like we started with Susquehanna. We didn't do Susquehanna, Julia, Alice, all in sections. And I questioned why. They said, because where's everybody gonna park? So that's why we bounced around. We've done street removal today, including tomorrow, will be 3 times now, and we still haven't got all of the streets yet. But they've been taking a beating like Susquehanna Avenue, like Edison Avenue, like, when are they coming? Well, we were there. You just give us time, we'll get to you. You know, and I understand now why years ago you were never there before it snowed in the street when you closed your cars, because that's what creates the roller coasters for people throwing it in the streets. That was our big, we cleaned on Market Street and everybody would go out and throw it on instead of just piling it and opening up a little pathway. But now I honestly know what that stands for.
Well, thank you, Dale, for being on top of it. Any other questions?
I just have one other, I'm sorry.
Go ahead, no, go ahead.
Jan Dockey, on the, from Packer Street, from Susquehanna Avenue to 4th Street, my car went down this big hole and out the other side. It's really a bad one.
They started potholes today.
Well,
We're never gonna keep up with it.
oh, I know, but oh my gosh.
4th and Chestnut Street is horrendous, there's one out on 4th and 10th Street, they're talking about it's 2 foot deep there.
And I called PennDOT this morning, I talked to
It's
Bernie,
everywhere.
the manager. Please, it's not an excuse, but just bear with us, because they started today.
I just didn't know if you knew that one, because
Oh,
I
yeah,
went to
we-
Wise's the other
We got some
day,
good craters that we're
and
working on.
there's this water, you know, and I don't go fast, but I hit this thing and I thought, oh my God, it was awful.
Jen, that's a deep one right there at 4th and Packer.
There's 2 of them.
Yeah, oh,
Well, the
yeah, I
one
saw
was
that.
Packer they did get today, the one right there at the catch basin, that was filled today.
And everybody be careful if anybody's going down 10th Street, 10th and Penn, it's becoming a sinkhole.
Yeah, I'm gonna notify Blaine Renford, the gas company now, because that's, you know, some point in time, I'm gonna bring this up so council's aware of it. The gas company, with the way they've been doing their jobs, it just outright sucks, and we gotta be very careful how we're issuing permits. Because I pity those people up in 8th Street, 9th Street right now, every other day, it seems like they're sinking.
Oh, yeah, it's
Yeah, that's the contractor that's bid out.
Right, and I know, and when I talked to Blaine already once, you know, I said, I realize you're the middleman, but that's not the point. The residents in Sunbury are suffering through your guys' cheap. And you may quite like it, but, so as,
Well, I'm assuming you're gonna redo 8th Street, the entire street.
I would hope.
well, yeah, they went down the middle, I'm gonna make them do the whole street.
That's even all the way up to Line Street, really,
Yeah.
they have that's all the way up there.
And line, it came down line too, right?
Yeah. Yeah, and, but we're never, I talked to Mike Ward, we're never gonna issue again for any cold weather days like that, unless it's an emergency. Like those people out there, they took a beating.
Were without heat, I mean, they were without gas for a couple of days in some of those things, in the dead of winter.
Any other questions?
One more thing, please, Mr. Mayor.
Yeah.
Regina Russell again. I understand that I may be insulting when I say that, to me, as an outsider, it seems like it's a friends and family plan or members club. But I would like to say that it would be nice to hear you and the council be respected when people speak with you and they say Councilman Whitener, Councilman Henry, or Mr. Mayor, instead of calling you by your first names. To me, and where I come from, you've earned those titles because you were voted into your positions, and you should be given that respect. If people know you and want to call you by your first name, it should be done in private or outside of council, but at least during a council meeting, you be respected and addressed that way. Thank you.
Megan?
I have two announcements, just a reminder about the planters downtown. If anyone knows anyone who would like to sponsor one of the baskets in the downtown, it is $200 to sponsor one of those, and we have gotten to see a sample of one of those, and we hope to have those up here next month or two.
Forms are up here, Megan.
Oh, thank you, yep, and there are forms at the table. There's also the Hometown Veterans banners. We are accepting submissions for those again now. That's going to be open for 2 weeks until March 10th. It's $200 for a new one or $100 to have one rehung. So if you know of anyone who you'd like to see honored in this way, please get those to us. The applications are down at the SRI office, and we'll try and get some down to the city office if there are any there yet.
When do you plan on hanging them? Memorial Day? Is that when we do that?
It'll be about 2 weeks before Memorial Day.
Okay.
Okay, and also another announcement, this year is the 25th anniversary of River Festival. So start planning to be there and be excited for all the great stuff that they have planned. Okay.
25th anniversary.
Yes.
Wild.
They already have ask them about the logo there.
That'll be enough out of you.
Just that. Okay, yes, ma'am.
Yes, I would like to thank you
Give us your name
for,
one more time for the,
Ruth Reel.
okay.
I want to thank you for saying about the murders and the bodies being brought here. Letting people know these people are not from our town.
Right.
We
I
have
was on
a
the
good
radio, I don't know if
town.
anybody heard it,
That's
but
the
yeah.
chief.
And, thank you. We have a great town, and we're just, and my expression was, we're the drop-off place, not to be smart.
That's right.
It's sad because we have a good town.
We're assuming now that this person is in Muncie, we're done talking about it, so that's.
Well, I'm just saying, I want to
But yeah,
thank you
thanks.
for letting the outside know that
Yes,
they're not over here. And most of the people work.
that's right. You're right. Thank you, Ruth. I forgot to say that.
We have the vehicle, which has been an old rescue vehicle sitting there for the police department, sitting there for like 2 years. Hasn't been moved at all, we're still paying insurance. I don't see any reason, chief, why we have it.
We're trying to use it for some of the aggressive driving grants, but the way the grants are going, I would concur if you want to sell it. The only request I would make would be, if we make money off of it, could we transfer that into our vehicle account? We'd like to get a replacement vehicle this year for the one that got destroyed last year. And the guys are also looking at the reality that we'd like to put in-car cameras in all of our vehicles. We don't have that at this point. That has served us very well for some of our prosecutions. But yeah, I would concur with Councilman Ister. If we can sell it, I would say we should.
Well, let's, you and I get together and talk about where to market that. Where would you, the best chance to sell it, or is it, can't be used for what it was originally
I
intended?
don't know if there's any restrictions on how we got it, because it was here when I got here.
It was given to us, it was an ambulance at one time, Upper Augusta gave it to us. So the's no restrictions on it, Dave, you put it in the paper like any other
We
vehicle.
could do it in the paper,
But I'm-
we could also, we could do the bid process we did for the car last year.
Well, we can do that, but I'm wondering if there's any special direction that,
There's also a
is there other
website.
communities
I
looking
gave
for
you.
that type of vehicle, or that type of?
There's a website called Municipid. You see a lot of emergency vehicles and DPW trucks and stuff on there. That would give us a wider market.
Is there any kind of equipment in the vehicle that would go with it?
No, it was an emergency generator we got with it, stuff that we used for like traffic control, we stripped all that out of it. That's why we're trying to save it, because when we were getting state grants, we could use it, we could do our aggressive driving stuff on Front Street, but the grants are way down at this point. So,
Alright.
a more efficient way, just keep it in the back of your head, would be for us to get like a trailer or something, which is relatively cheap, we could stash it somewhere down at the city garage, and once or twice a year, we could use it at some point. That would be easy.
All right, we'll get an advertisement together then.
So
Get something else
Make a motion
Second.
to,
to sell it.
oh, well, yeah, we'll just get the advertisement. We can do it that way if you want, okay.
And then all the funds though, be transferred into the line item for vehicle purchase, or equipment purchase.
Okay.
Now with that, Jim, when the guys get, I'm sure it hasn't started for a while, has it?
I don't think so.
I'll try to get Mike to get Terry and Randy's name up there, maybe we can get it started, get it, drive around a little bit, because the moving vehicle, so
Well,
rather than.
take it down to the barn and put it down there somewhere.
Yeah, see what, yeah, and might not happen this week, so, but we'll get it.
You said tomorrow morning.
How much snow in there or not?
Huh?
How much snow in it? Go by his house and see if we can pick up that snow. Second thing. Oh, we need a vote, I'm sorry.
Ister,
Yes.
Persing,
Yes.
Shipman,
Yes.
Henry,
Yes.
Reichner.
Yes.
Second thing.
The second thing is, back to this murder that we got stuck with, and it's almost getting like Peyton Place, everybody on, I know Francis and the Daily Item, they do their things, we can't control that. But I don't think we should be doing any more interviews, because when you start bringing national TV in and doing stories on the city of Sunbury, which isn't positive, like you just mentioned, it's a dumping site, we ended up, she admitted it was the first time she's ever in the city of Sunbury, and we get this. Then we go on national TV and do stories. I think we should be done with interviews.
Well, our part of it, if I could, Councilman, our interviews are very short, sweet, to the point. District Attorney Rosini made it very clear back in November that, because it's an active homicide investigation, if you actually listen to what I tell them, I really don't tell them anything. Because by state law, I'm not allowed to tell them anything. All the interviews you're talking about are stuff that we respond to their questions of, we're not allowed to comment, it's an active homicide investigation. The rest of it is all due to the Daily Item. Now, and the mayor is absolutely correct, if we're getting transferred to Muncie, the husband is in Columbia County, pretty much the focus should be somewhere else. My calls today from New York were focused on, she's not here, he's not here, we're done. Okay, if you want to go up to Muncie and interview her, or go up to Columbia County and interview him, feel free to do so. So I think you'll see, if you see stuff, you'll see stuff up there, not here anymore, because she's not
But
here.
someday she might be brought back here for trial, which I doubt, because I don't know what to, it doesn't matter to me. At this point in time, I don't think we should be doing any interviews. I don't want CNN, Fox, anybody in here nosing around, because we get nothing out of it but bad coverage.
Right.
For a murder, you can't get anything good out of it.
Agreed. But like I said, by law, and I have a memo, I'll drop a copy off for you tomorrow if you want to. We really don't tell them anything.
No, but by law, you don't have to talk to them. Am I
Well, we
right?
don't. On the other hand, they can sit out, like they did the other week, they can sit in front of our police station
And they go back out, go out the back door. Outsmart them.
I can't go out the back door because it's all ice. You notice on our cars, we're on Market Street, because Romano didn't do anything with his back parking lot, and I won't have my people walking 2 inches of ice.
But you know where I'm coming from.
No, it's on the- I made sure Mr. Harden covered that. We made money off of it.
Okay, any other questions?
Yeah,
Yes,
can
sir.
I ask you, what's the total so far for police overtime in this investigation?
I haven't looked at it
Too much,
last time
I know
I looked
that.
at it, yeah, it was about 25,000. We're gonna spend more money in the last week and a half because now we're in the prosecution phase. This week alone, I have 4 people prepping for the trial. So it's gonna cost us money.
But she,
Yeah.
So,
Francis is the one that's solving your murder.
No, man. My people solve murders.
Yes, sir.
how are we gonna fund this?
How are we gonna fund it? Well, we're holding a police car purchase, and we have to find a way to do it in our budget, that's all.
We're taking donations, Mr. Lamb.
You're more than welcome
How
to
will it do
donate.
Pardon?
I will if you do.
I'm sorry, I can't.
I will if you do it.
Well, watch what you say.
Anything else? Yes.
I would like to thank the Applebaum family and the Diggins team for what you're doing for the Northumberland County Historical Records. Thank you so much.
Well, thank you.
I appreciate that.
Anything else? I want to thank everybody for coming, and be careful on the ice.
ABC News hires Francis.
Where this stuff
See you, John. You when you get back.
Have a safe trip back, John, bring us some sunshine.